Welcome to MathZip. For class 6, we are starting a new video based on ratio and percentage. This is exercise 2.3 and episode 1. Let's get started. Before starting this lecture, I would like to inform you that this exercise has lots of questions, around 29 questions. We will try to solve step by step. Therefore, we need lots of episode. So first episode based on multiple choice question or short question. Let's start. Number 1. In the following chart, match the expressions of the left to that of the right. So it's a very interesting question. Ratio, number A is a ratio, and look, it's a fraction. Ratio is a fraction, so this is A, or we can say number A, ratio A, fraction. Okay, this is B. Number B, unit ratio. Unit ratio. What does mean? Unit ratio is that ratio whose denominator and numerator are same. It means number D 9:9. This is number D. Number C, symbol of percentage. Symbol of percentage, number A, it's like this. Now, ratio in greater inequality. So, ratio in greater inequality, what is this? What is the meaning? It's that kinds of fraction whose numerator is bigger than denominator. So, greater, it will be 7:3, which is number E. And finally, ratio in less inequality, number E, less, whose denominator are larger than numerator. It means 1:5. It's a number C. So question 1 done. Second question, what is a ratio? Ratio is a fraction. Number 3, which is the equivalent ratio of 2:5 of the following? So this is number 3, 2:5. This one we can write 2/5. So which one is similar? Look, number C is a similar, because once we multiply both numerator and denominator, 2 times 2 it will be 4 and 5 times 2 it will be 10. So once we multiply by 2 we will get 4/10, which is number C. This is a perfect answer. Number 4, which of the following is compound ratio 3:4 and 4:5? So first of all, we have to understand what is compound ratio. Number 4, here is compound ratio. Look, here is 3:4 equals to 4:5. So here is two part. One is antecedents, which is 3 and 4. Once we multiply this one, we will get 12. And another one is subsequent, which is 4 and 5. So once we multiply 4 times 5, it will be 20. So our answer should be 12/20. This is a compound ratio. So which one is correct? Correct one is 12/20, which is number B. Okay, number B is our correct answer. Number 5, if the ratio 3:20 is expressed into percentage, which of the following is correct? So number 5, 3:20. This one we can write 3/20, and if you want to make percentage, so it will be times 100/100. Okay, so 100 divided 20 is a 5. 5 times 3 is a 15, and look, here is 1/100, so it should be percentage. We know percentage means 1/100, so our answer is 15%. So this is number C. Here is mentioned 1% of 200 centimeter is. So 1% of 200 centimeter. So we can write 1, it's a 6, number 6. 1% of 200 centimeter, it means same. So 1% means 1/100 of 200 centimeter. So 200 divided 100, it's a 2 centimeter. So our right answer is number C, which is 2 centimeter. Okay. Number 7. Number 7, in the ratio 1:5. So what does mean 1:5? The antecedent is 1. Look, 1:5. This one is antecedent. It's a true. So first one is right. The subsequent is 5. This one also true. The inverse ratio. So what does mean inverse ratio? Here is mentioned the inverse ratio is 5:1. It means if A by B, the inverse ratio will be B by A, and it's a similar thing. 1:5, inverse will be 5:1. So this one also correct. So number 1, 2, 3 amongst all our answer is correct. So we can say that our correct answer is number B. Number 8. Here is mention of 100 boys and girls if 60% is girls. So look, if 60% is girls of 100 boys and girls, so total student or total person 100, where including boys and girls. So here 60% is girl means 60 girls, it's true. And then the boys of the number of boys 40, it's also true, because if 100% 60 girls, so once we subtract 60 minus 100 minus 60, it will be 40, and it should be boy. So this one also correct. And what about the ratio of boys and girls? Boys are 40 and girls 60. So once we divide by 20, so 2/3. So it should be 2:3, but here it is mentioned 3:2. So it's not correct. So our correct answer is number 1 and number 2. So which is the correct answer? Correct answer is number A, 1 and 2. Okay, so 8 question done. This video I am trying to solve all the MCQ. Okay, so number 9 and 10 here mention answer question 9 and 10 in the light of the following information. Each part of the following diagram is equal. So number 9 mention what is the ratio the marked part and the whole part of the diagram. Look, in this diagram already mentioned each part of the following diagram is equal. So here is this diagram 4 part, 1, 2, 3 and 4. What is the ratio of marked part? So marked part 1 square, it means it will be 1/4. So number A. Number B, or sorry, number 10. What is the area of the greatest square of the diagram? So, what is the, it should be what? A diagram, this is a square, so the answer will be what? 1, 2, 3, 4. So, it should be 4 square meter. Next question, answer question 11 and 12 using the following information. 2 men or 3 boys can finish piece of work. 2 men upon completing the work got 900 taka. So, we have to understand this kind of question. So, our question, how many men's work can 9 boys do? So, look, first we have to understand a work can do, suppose this is a field and here is working, or here this work can finish 2 men or 3 boys. Okay, it means 2 men equals to 3 boys are working similar work. So, what is the ratio of boys and men? It should be 3:2. It means 3 by 2. So, how many work can 9 boys do? So, it means if we want to make 9, so it should be 3 times 3, it will become 9 boys. So, similar 2 times 3, so it's a 6. So, it means 9:6, that means 9 boys can work, 6 men work. So, our answer is number B, which is 6%. So, this kinds of question you have to find out what is given, and you have to understand what is the possibility. Okay. Next question. What amount of money would each boy get if 3 boys would do the work? Look, here is mentioned once work complete they got 900 taka. It means if 2 person work also get 900 taka, 3 person get also 900 taka. So, we can say if 3 person complete this work will get 900 taka. So, 1 person or 1 boy can get 900 divide 3, it means 300 taka, right? So, question answer is number D, 300 taka. Number 13, Yusuf has obtained 70% marks. What mark has Yusuf obtained if the total mark examination 700? So, it's a simple thing, just 70% got from what? Of 700 numbers. So, 70% means 70 divide 100 of here is 700. So, 700 divide 100, it will be 7, and then 7 is a 49 and here is 0. So, he get 490 marks from 700. So, number B is our answer. Okay, I hope you cleared this one. Number 14, what is the price of 5 kgs of rice if the price of 8 kg rice is 168 taka? It's a simple thing. So, price of 8 kg, we have to find out the price of 5 kg, but here mentioned 8 kg rice price is what? 168 taka. So, we can write price of 8 kg rice is 168 taka. So, we have to find out 1 kg rice is 168 divide 8 taka. Now, we will find out. So, 5 kg rice 168 times 5 divide 8. So 168 divide 8 is a 21. Now 21 times 5 is a 105 taka. So our answer is number B. This is 105. Okay, so very simple. 14 question answer we are trying to solve. Number 15 is a short question which we will start next video. Look, number 15 to number 29 all are short question. So next video we will start from number 15, and this video we are finished now. Thank you very much for being with me. This is exercise 2.3 and this is the last part of ratio and percentage chapter, and this is the most important chapter of this book. In our real life, ratio and percentage is very important thing. So not only for examination, you should make practice or keep practice for our real life applications. So please subscribe my channel, which is MathZip. I hope you will get lots of things from this channel. Thank you.